Burke getting it down the ground. McLean went without it. Ashcroft a quick kick. Oh, clever.
Williams kicks it for Van der Haar, holds it at the second bite, good enough. Van der Haar, another one. What a great mark, a pair.
Well, I hope those horses haven't changed the ground conditions. Our man in charge of those.
Well, this is centre wing. That's Burke getting it down the ground. McLean went without it. Ashcroft a quick kick. Oh, clever mark taken by Kemp. Kemp towards half forward, and it is taken over the line by Nathan Chapman. There he is, number 5. Well, I've sung his praises throughout the game. Oh, flicked back by Burke. That was good to Pearce. Socket off the ground by Sean Hart. Here's Michael Brennan, that ever reliable defender. He's up towards the centre of the ground, still going on with it. Evans cleverly taps it back. The Bears desperately trying to get it out of that half-back area, and the umpire will come in and bounce. The umpires today have been outstanding, in my opinion. Darren Goldsmith, who I think is the best umpire in the competition, and Darren Agnew. Excellent effort.
On your pet, you might get an invitation to their dinner later in the year, the umps.
Not likely, Drew.
Now, you've bagged them for years, consistently.
Call it as you see it, Drew. Credit where it's due.
If you do get an invitation,
it'll be a miracle, I tell you.
A lot of players round this ball up. Eagles in attack here. Kick smothered, bounces to Matera. This might improve his day. He's smothered again. Now it comes out towards the boundary line. Banfield leads the race. Keeps it in. Clever play by Banfield. Number 1 draft pick last November on the chest of Kemp. He goes short and unmarked as Pike. Improved the angle, that kick.
Should kick this. Pike, he'll definitely score.
Don Pike kicking from just outside 50.
I think coaches must hate that, Drew, when a player is unmarked like that and not picked up.
Kick for goal by Pike. Mightn't quite get there. He's offline anyway. It got the distance for a behind.
So there he is. Don Pike has had a magnificent season because not only does he man up and tag, he gets plenty of kicks himself, and it's a beautiful kick. Talking about great kicks, here's another one of them. Nathan Chapman, a booming drop punt. Look at that, out towards Buckley. Buckley, 17 kicks in the first half. Very highly skilled player. Quick hand pass. Back to Peter Worsfold. His brother John out with a groin injury today. Umpire calls play on as Chris Lewis showing enormous skill from the half-forward line. Clever little chip pass in towards the forward pocket area. Tap back towards the line and forced over at half-forward for the Eagles. Peter Matera's had his colours lowered today by Nathan Buckley.
Certainly has. Big pack there, Voss. Comes to Buckley. Over the centre of the ground he goes. Bounces up to Spargo. But now it's grabbed by Waterman. Beautiful hand pass. Centre of the ground, Brennan. Long kick to Sumich.
Position himself well, Sumich. Kyver underneath the flight of the ball. Better judgment by Sumich. Again, you can see this. The quick ball out. So they do it so often. From the centre square or midfield area, they go long into the...
He was recruited by the Blues from a local club, Carlton Juniors, and went on to captain Carlton under-19s in 1991 before being promoted to the reserves and eventually the seniors. In a top performance against Hawthorn last week, Christo had 29 possessions and booted 4 goals. The rising star of the week. Let's see what today's result has done to the ladder, and we can see the West Coast Eagles have improved 3 places. They went into the game 6th, they've gone up to 3rd place. Essendon on top, Carlton...
Coast Eagles was moved into the top 3 on the AFL ladder after demolishing Brisbane by 10 goals at the Gabba this afternoon. The Premiers dominated up forward with Ashley McIntosh and Peter Sumich cutting the Bears' defence to shreds. Sandy Roberts reports today's win gives the Eagles an excellent opportunity at the double chance.
The Eagles journeyed to the Gabba wanting not only a win, but a big win. Their cause, though, wasn't helped when key forward Peter Sumich clashed with teammate Tony Evans. When Matera's hand pass found its mark to Chris Mainwaring, the Eagles bounced out to a 14-point lead. And Sumich bounced back to mark strongly, and the Eagles looked in control. But Sean Hart's great grab resulted in the Bears' first major. One of the matchups of the day, Buckley versus Matera. On this occasion, Buckley the victor. At the other end of the ground, Sumich was finding touch. 3 goals to half-time as the Eagles led by 24 points. Sumich continued to be a problem in the third quarter as the Eagles stretched their lead. If the visitors wanted a tough preparation for next week's big clash with Hawthorn, they weren't getting it. McIntosh was finding it easy. But when Roger Merritt booted his second and 55th for the year, he became the Bears' greatest goal kicker in a season, passing Brad Hardy's 54. Buckley and Matera had a wonderful struggle all day. Matera won this battle, but Buckley the war. McIntosh booted his 5th as the Eagles strolled to a 60-point victory and significantly started to flex their muscles for September. Sandy Roberts, 7 Nightly News.
To the ladder, and here come the Eagles, jumping from 6th to 3rd. The Bombers on top from Carlton. They're followed by the Premiers, North, Hawthorn and Collingwood round out the 6. Next week, Sydney meet Fitzroy on Friday night. Then on Saturday, Essendon against